Hello and welcome to a new Minisode of Coaster Kings A through Z. This is Sven, and the letter of the week is R for Revolution. The name of this coaster is not so original as other coasters out there. We could be talking about an Arrow coaster at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, or a Schwarzkopf coaster at Six Flags Magic Mountain, for example. But no, today's episode takes us to Bobbejaanland, a theme park located in Belgium. Revolution is a unique coaster in the world built by Vekoma in 1989. However, it didn't used to be the only one of its kind. That same year, 2 months earlier, the first so-called illusion coaster in the world opened, Chaos. It opened at Opryland, USA in Nashville, Tennessee, and brought riders a mixture of, on the one hand, a roller coaster, and on the other hand, an audio-visual experience unseen at that time. It had the longest roller coaster train in the world, which could hold 80 persons per ride, as there was a total of 40 cars on the train. It featured a large lift-hill spiral hall with 2 giant screens, one on the floor and one on the ceiling. Unlike other coasters, the building structure was one with the roller coaster itself. It got attached to the outer framework of the ride. After opening, the ride received several updates. For example, in 1991, they added synchronized music, a world's first on a roller coaster. It was the now infamous Bones on the Beach electronic music track by composer Michael Hönig. They also replaced the screens with a large nuclear reactor and an animatronic dragon. The ride closed in 1997 as the park Opryland, USA closed its doors that year. The track got moved to Old Indiana Fun and Water Park, but the ride never got built as the park went bankrupt as well. Let's now talk about the actual roller coaster of this podcast, Revolution, which, unlike its counterpart, still operates today. As Chaos no longer exists, the ride has the longest train in the world with 30 cars and a total length of 56 meters, 183.7 feet. It also features the spiral lift hill hall and originally opened with 2 screens. In 1999, only the floor screen got removed as the ceiling projector broke down because of the heavy vibrations. It got replaced by a crater, which still can be seen today. The projections itself got switched, and the iconic clock video still plays on the ceiling today. Throughout the years, several light effects and additional projection screens got added to the ride. A major theming overhaul happened in 2008. The Hall 2000, in which the ride resides, got rethemed to a jungle theme, and a splash battle got added called Banana Battle in front of the entrance. Revolution also received some changes. The R got crossed out so that it had a new name, Evolution. Green nets got added in the station, monkeys and parrots appeared to try and mimic a jungle atmosphere. 2 new jungle films played on the big projection screen as well. In 2011, when the park celebrated its 50th birthday, they slowly started to return the ride to its original retro state, with most importantly, bringing back the clock video. Years later, they removed all the nets and the jungle decoration as well. Nevertheless, the jungle theme returned in 2016, but in quite a different way. Bobbejaanland transformed the ride into a VR roller coaster and renamed it Mount Mara. During the film, you ride an all-terrain vehicle, also known as quad bike, upon a volcano. And once you reach the top, in sync with the top of the spiral lift hill, the volcano explodes and you ride down to escape the fire. Revolution could easily handle crowds due to the long train. This changed once the VR got added. It now had the longest queue of the park, and they did several tests to figure out the best way to operate the ride. For a few months, the ride operated as Revolution in the morning and Mount Mara in the afternoon. After that, they finally changed towards a 50-50 approach, and an additional queue got added. The first 15 cars have become Mount Mara, and from cars 16 to 30, you have the Revolution experience. Except for the soundtrack, which we'll discuss in a bit. That way, there is a way to experience the ride with or without VR all day long. Currently, the ride still operates this way, as the Mount Mara experience recently returned due to no longer having any restrictions for COVID-19. Music has always been an important element of the ride. At opening, the original Elias Associates music played with special sound effects. In 1997, the music was replaced by Capriccio Italian by the Russian composer Tchaikovsky. It wasn't until 2004, however, that the Bones on the Beach music also came to Bobbejaanland, but with an additional voice of the Boar Queen from Star Trek. During Halloween, it got the Euromir Halloween music that we can hear in the respective ride at Europa Park during the Halloween season. With the jungle transformation in 2008, a music mix was made of two pieces: Ibadi, small deer, and animals and cannibals. In honor of its 20th birthday, the Belgian dance group Two Fabiola and a DJ performed inside the ride during the celebration day. And in 2013, the Bones on the Beach soundtrack returned and still plays till this day. Although, that changed again when the Mount Mara transformation came. Once both experiences were offered all day long, it featured the new Mount Mara soundtrack. During a special event, another band performed in the ride, Soldier's Heart, to promote their new single for a select number of guests in the ride. Bones on the Beach returned after some back and forth with the Mount Mara music, and this remains the soundtrack most of the times in present day. Revolution might not be the fastest or most intense roller coaster out there, it is still one to put on your bucket list. Riding it feels like stepping back in time and going on an 80s, 90s trip. Blowing out 33 candles this year, it still remains a fan favorite in Belgium and beyond. Thank you so much for listening. A quick shout out to a major source used for this episode, Bobbejaanland Revolution fans. Find them on Discord, Facebook, and other social media channels. And as usual, visit thecoasterkings.com for exclusive park updates and a full range of coasters and park-related merchandise. And please make sure to follow and rate Coaster Kings Radio wherever you're listening. For Coaster Kings Radio, I'm Sven Populier, and join us next week for another installment of Coaster Kings A through Z.